I'm going to show you an experiment to show you how to make the most efficient kind of compost that you can do to give you the right nutrients at the highest levels, which is retain the carbon, nitrogen, as well as prevent the emission of greenhouse gases for it. It has 5 different aspects that you need to monitor and work on about every other day. So the first thing you want to do is to have the proper food waste in it. This involves having the right, using the right kind of kitchen waste. So what I found is you want to have a carbon to nitrogen ratio of about 20 to 30. And this involves using a combination of, you want to have 60% of fruits and pasta and grains and all that, and rice, 60% of that, and about 40% vegetable waste. And you want to cut these up into fine pieces. So, you want to have, pieces about, like this big. And then you put this into your compost bins and you rotate them. And then as you're doing it, then you monitor certain things or you do certain actions. So number two is the proper aeration in your compost. So this involves putting holes in the side of it towards the top, so you get proper aeration, and then also on the lid. So I use just like regular drill and drill bit. Getting the proper aeration means that you have to mix it. You mix the compost every 2 or 3 days. Step number 3 is having the right moisture content in your compost. If you follow that recipe that I said, like 40% vegetable and 60% fruits and grains, then you should get the right moisture content as you're adding them in. But if you do need to raise the moisture content, what I found works really well is you have rainwater. So this is some rainwater that I collected in a bucket up near the top of my house.
Step 4 is monitoring the moisture content and temperature so you know when to give it rainwater. If it falls below 50% moisture, add more water. You also need to monitor the temperature in it so that you can see your compost developing correctly as far as observing how effective the microbes are at breaking down the food waste. This also lets you know when you should add in certain types of chemicals in the next step.
Number 5 is going to be adding in biochar. And so this is very important. Adding the biochar. Here is a bottle of biochar I bought on Amazon. I don't think it was too expensive, maybe $20-$30 or around that or less. And the biochar will really help if you add it in at the right stage of your compost growth. It is supposed to help with the microbial growth, retain the carbon, and all these things. And you do it at a certain time of your compost. And I'm going to get into a separate video for the use of biochar in your compost, but this is what you want to do for it. Okay, so those was 5 things to review. One is to have the appropriate carbon to nitrogen ratio using the right type of kitchen waste that you're going to have. Number two is the aeration that you have on the holes on the top, and then mixing it with a thing every 2 to 3 days. Number 3 is the right moisture content. So if you use number 3 is the right moisture content. So if you use the right combination of kitchen waste, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But if you need to add in every once in a while some rainwater, if you have any rainwater at home, and also monitor the humidity. Number 4 is measuring the temperature of it through the stages. And number 5 is using the biochar and adding it into the compost.